Okay, hey, good morning, everyone. This is August 14th, and there were some things in today's uh, intel that kind of bothered me, and it should bother you too, because they're telling you that the USA is totally and completely ignoring all orders that are coming out of the International Criminal Court. On the civil side, where the Chinese have been sitting in Brussels, they've been going through arbitration, and there were specific orders that were signed off by the U.S., China, and the IMF, and the United States is ignoring them for whatever reasons. But anyway, to get on to the story, we should be concerned because the Chinese, which is referring to the elders, the grandfather, the Qi, that everybody's connected with this RV right now on China's side, is considered to be, for simplicity purposes only, Chinese, because they are Chinese. It's not making any reference to the communist bloc over there or the group that's trying to be free. It's just general terms of China, of the Chinese. And HSBC in Hong Kong. Okay, so I hope that answers your question about, is it the elders, is it the dragons, is it this or that? It's everything brought into one so that it would make it easier and simpler to get the point across. All right, China. The Chinese and HSBC have been trying to send out the T4 notifications daily, but it's being blocked by the USA. And this could be the DOD, this could be the Treasury, this could be anybody that just so happens to feel that they got a they're, because of basic sense of greed and because of basic sense of security, daily, and they're being blocked daily. But it's being blocked by the USA, which is still liable for paying daily interest and trillions in fines imposed by the ICC, which authorized HSBC to send out the emails. HSBC has been trying a couple hundred times a day. It's gotten up to 5, maybe 10,000 times that they've tried to do this, and it keeps getting blocked by the U.S. Because U.S. is saying it is security. We have, the U.S. has security concerns. Well, there's going to be security concerns there every day, whether anybody realizes it or not. And America's just using that as a cop-out to keep it from happening. They're pushing it daily. The U.S. RV teams are driven by security concerns and will not let the shotgun release go until all remaining security concerns are addressed. Well, then you might as well be Lucy holding the football for Charlie Brown to go up and kick it. And Lucy pulls it away for whatever her reasons are, and Charlie Brown winds up flat on his back. That's what we're in right now, is a basis of where Lucy keeps pulling the football because of security. You know, as was said, there's security crossing the street. You could cross the street and get hit by a car, but that has nothing to do with the RV or the redemption. It's a handful of people in Washington, D.C. who have determined that they're not going to let this go for whatever security reasons. They could have stubbed their toe. And people, that was because of security. Security. Security is a catch-all. Security is a cop-out. We hear reports that everything is done. All done. No security issues, and then they use security as the cop-out. You know, Antifa's going to be there. We have the Black Panthers that are going to be there. We have all kinds of people in this country that belong to all kinds of different organizations, and they're all show up on a terrorist list, but that has very little to do with our redemption and our exchanges. They're doing this intentionally. The USA, DOD, and Trump are not honoring the ICC ruling authorizing HSBC to send out the emails because of specific security priorities identified by the decision makers that are affecting the timing. Do you get it, folks? You have a handful of people live in a bubble that don't know what the hell is going on. They're walking around with their head up their hind parts and trying to act like they know what they're doing. I made a statement that Trump did not get what he wanted on Tuesday, 8/11, when he wanted the T4B notifications out. The majority of the decision makers on the USA side are controlling this for better or for worse for security reasons they identify. What's their criteria? They don't listen to the President of the United States. This is not a majority rules type of thing. This is a dictatorship when it comes to this. He says to let it go. These people say, no, we're not going to let it go because it's not safe. How do they know it's not safe? They live in a bubble. Their bubble is one that they can't see out of. It's dark. And because it's dark, there are security concerns. So, my only comment on this is that we've been told that everything is done. They're doing everything they can to kick it down the road. Here's Lucy, there's Charlie Brown, there's the football. If Charlie Brown never kicks the football, it's not going. Because Lucy, for security reasons, is saying, we can't do it. Why? There are 8 million dinar and currency holders in this country. Why are we being delayed? Why are we being held back? They paid corporations that didn't even deserve to be paid any money whatsoever out of the stimulus, and they can't even get that money back. So, and they're holding us off? Why? Security. Really? Maybe we ought to start bombarding the White House with messages that will tell him he needs to pull his head out of his butt, you know, and start acting like the president instead of tweeting all these tweets about this or that. You know, he's the most tweetingest president we've ever had, but he also seems to be the most blind. He's letting a handful of people run him around the circle, running around that barn so many times that I think he's starting to get dizzy. But anyway, that's the problem. HSBC has been trying to do it. The USA has been stopping it because the USA, when it gets down to the bottom line, does not want us to go. They would rather pay $12 trillion every 10 days. How does that make any sense, folks? How does it make any sense? If we get any more updates, we'll be letting you know. Hopefully this will sink into somebody because it gets sent to the White House.